So I'll discuss real quick cheap knives in regards to self-defense with a blade. That's something I don't talk about much on this channel at all. I focus on firearms, but I just wanted to voice one quick thing in regards to blades, knives specifically. Main question, do you need to have an expensive blade to have a fighting knife? Well, the quick answer is no, not at all. Now, you'll get more capability with a more expensive high quality blade, a little bit more durability, toughness, capability. That's kind of an obvious thing, but don't feel that you can't defend yourself with a cheaper blade, because you certainly can. You don't need to spend a lot of money to have something that would work well for you. Now, this is a SOG field pump right here. This field pump is very just inexpensive. It's certainly not a pretty knife. It's a made in China. It's extremely cheap. I got this on clearance, if I remember right, at an outdoor store for real cheap. So this thing, very basic knife, but this has some good things that would benefit me if I were to use this for a self-defense knife. Number one, it's a fixed blade. Folders are great, and I don't want to say that folders aren't good, because that's not true. There's a lot of good folders that are excellent fighting knives. But if I had a choice, I'd probably pick a fixed blade every time, just because fixed blades, they tend to be a little bit more stronger. You don't have to worry about a swivel point or anything, a lock failing on you or whatnot, which I don't honestly know how often that happens. It probably depends on the quality of the knife, but it's just not an issue with these. So the grip on this, the handle, is a rubberized, very non-slip. That's very important to me, and it fits my bigger hands. The blade is long enough for me to do what I need to do in regards to self-defense with a knife. Defending yourself with a knife is a technical thing. You can hack and slash and all that stuff all you want, and you may not have a good effect on your threat. If you pay attention to knife fighting, and I'm not saying do the flashy crap, because the flashy crap honestly doesn't work, but if you pay attention to fighting with a knife or fighting with a blade, there's some technicalities of it, and there's certain areas on the body you can strike, and it will have a cumulative effect, and sometimes a near instantaneous effect, depending on where you strike. And you know that applies with cheap blades and expensive blades. It doesn't matter. Just the one thing is, you want to make sure that the blade is long enough to be able to get to those places. This one will get to most, not all, but most, at least the places that I would attack if I was, if my life was in danger and all I had was this knife to defend myself. There's places that I would attack, and this blade is plenty enough for that. So, in kind of short and sweet, don't overlook cheap knives, but you want to make sure to do your due diligence on the cheap knives. This is very cheap, but the SOG field pups do have a decent reputation as far as the real cheap knives go. It has a good enough durability that I can use it for self-defense purposes. So there are some that aren't that great. There are some cheap knives that are just incredibly crap, and I wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole. But look at it, and at the same time, make sure to look at your local state laws when you're carrying these things. Just like firearms, every state has different laws, so you want to make sure you're following the laws. So look at that stuff, and if knife defense is your thing, but you're just on a budget, go ahead and get what you can, and then save up. Just like I say with firearms, get what you can to defend yourself now, and you can always save up and buy something better later. So just some thoughts on that. Just look at the capability of the knife, not so much the price tag or the branding that it has on it. Just look at what it does. So all right, thanks a lot for watching, and feel free to post your thoughts in the comment section as always.